Welcome to a Boost Essentials course. Today we're going to be going over how to take your Boost ads to the next level. Before we jump in, we appreciate you being here. Since this program is optional and discusses best practices for your consideration, if you're thinking of adopting any of them, please make sure to review the requirements in your area with your broker or branch manager, especially those related to contacting consumers. We want to highlight the importance of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, better known as TCPA. The general rules are that it's okay to call people if the person recently gave you their phone number, but remember to check the DNC lists regularly. You will also want to check the DNC list anytime you don't have permission. Automated calling and texting platforms should never be used. Pre-recorded messages and artificial voices should also never be used. You can navigate to and use the Do Not Contact system within CBR by first signing on to Desk, finding the Do Not Contact tile, clicking on that, then typing in the phone number you want to check. Then those results will show records. Now let's jump into Boost and its value. So a quick reminder about what Boost can do for you. Boost helps automate your digital advertising strategy so you can enjoy more face time with clients. With Boost, you can customize listing and agent promotional campaigns, track engagement and reach, build that online presence, and really a lot more. Some of the key features of Boost is that it is the preferred social media vendor for Listing Concierge. So if you are using Listing Concierge packages for your properties, you will see that this Boost ad is included. However, today's demo is going to focus on how you can DIY a Boost ad via Desk. There are a variety of ad types included in Boost for listings, open houses, sales, price changes, and those agent promo campaigns. These ads are promoted on thousands of websites, including Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor, and other digital network sites like CNN, HGTV, Forbes, and so many others. Today's agenda is going to be a quick recap of what ads are available for you within Boost. We'll walk through adding your sellers information to target them online, and also explore your options when targeting audiences by location. Now let's jump into a live demo. So to access Boost, you'll want to first go to mycbdesk.com. I suggest using the Find an App tool and just typing in Boost. You'll see the Boost tile appear. And one thing I want to highlight very quickly is the Help Center. So if you click on the Help Center, it will take you to some resources for training and common FAQs. This may just answer your questions if any come up when you're placing an ad in the future. Again, that was the Help Center on the Boost tile. So when you click on the Boost tile, it will open up your dashboard. It will look something like this. First thing I want to cover today is editing your Boost profile settings. I recommend doing this before placing an ad. Even if it's something you've done before, it's always good to review your account settings and make sure your profile is set up as you wish. So we'll walk through the most important pieces here. So course headshot, full name, and license number should all be included here, and you can save your profile changes. Moving on to your Boost notification preferences. This one is important because it does default to preferences that look like this. However, there are a few things I recommend changing, including turning on ad reactions and ad unlocked notifications. This way, you'll be notified via email when someone likes your ad on Facebook or comments on it, so you can engage in real time. Also, you'll be notified when someone puts in their information to unlock a gated landing page associated with your listing. Make sure you save changes down here for any preferences you update. Moving right along to your boost settings. An important piece of setting up a boost ad is deciding if you want to run it on your own Facebook business page. So if you do have your own Facebook business page, you're able to connect that by adding your page here and updating your details by connecting your Facebook page. Now, if you don't have a Facebook business page or you do not want to connect it, that's absolutely fine. You can still leverage Boost by using the Coldwell Banker Realty page. And quick note that this is where you can add or update your payment details for your ads going forwards. And that is under Boost settings. Now that we've covered all of those important settings, we're going to jump back over to the Boost dashboard. I want to quickly show that you can set up an agent promo ad. So a few things you should know about the agent promo campaigns are that these are not centered around a listing or an open house. These are simply to promote you as an agent and your personal brand. Another thing to note is that these are set up on a monthly subscription basis. So you cannot do one-off campaigns like this, like you in mind if you do plan to run an agent promo campaign. The setup for these campaigns is almost exactly the same as it would be for a listing ad. So for the sake of time today in this demo, we're just going to show how to set up a property ad, and that same process will apply here for the agent promo. So I'm going to jump into an agent's account and we'll start working on the property ads. So as an agent in your Boost account, on your dashboard, it will preload all of your current listings that are in the MLS, or also properties that have sold recently. Another thing I want to show is that you can view and edit campaigns that are currently running, or view campaigns that have ended that you've run in the past. You can also view your analytics here for your total analytics for all your ads you've run. And I also want to show something else. This previous ad campaigns or current running campaigns defaults to only showing campaigns for the last 30 days. So if you're someone who hasn't run an ad in the last 30 days, but you know you have in the last year, this will probably be blank. So just know that you can click on that drop down and change that time frame to ads you've run this year, and you'll see that those numbers update for ads in that timeline. Now, since I already went over how to do an agent promo campaign, we're going to walk through setting up one of these listing ads. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create Listing Ad for this here, this active property. When you click on Create Ad, it will take you to this page here. So on the left side of the page, you'll see it is showing you a draft of what the ad will look like when it's on Facebook, when it's on the web, and then also the landing page that it will create for your property if desired. I like to look at it in the Facebook view for the most part when I'm making changes. And this will also update in real time as you start making changes to the ad creative if you'd like to, or anything else. So over here on the right, you'll see first thing is the ad type, and we touched on this in the slide deck earlier. But there are a few different types of ads you can run. So for a new listing, an open house, price improvement, or something like this, where maybe the listing has been on the market for a few days or weeks, it can be an active listing ad, but not necessarily new. Moving down on here, the ad creative. So this is a huge piece of the ad. This is basically where you're able to edit any of the photos or the copy on the page. So if you want to change this main photo here for the listing, you're able to click Update Listing Photo here in the top right. When you click on that, it will actually pull through all of the images on the MLS associated with your listing, and you're then able to select a different photo if desired. can also update your own photo here in this view, or decide to remove your agent photo altogether. Want to quickly note as well that you can upgrade to video if you prefer to do that. They say it's proven to be 5 times more effective. Keep in mind that will also reflect in the cost of your ad. You'll see here on the left, this is specific to this agent's Facebook business page. That is because she's already connected her Facebook business page, and that is how this ad is going to run. And just like this as well, you can edit the copy on your page, and you'll see it update in real time over on the left. Well as the Facebook title, which you'll see here in bold down at the bottom, and the link description, which is view details is what she has. If you do make any changes to the text or the image on your ad, make sure to click Save and Update here. Moving right along, next you'll see the option to select how many ad views you want, how many estimated clicks you're going for, also the time span you want the ad to run. And you'll see that reflected in the price down on the right. Once you set that up, keep moving right along. A few places where the ad will be seen, social media, and thousands of websites we've already touched on. You can also add next door if desired. Now, one piece I really want to hone in on in today's demo is who will see this ad. Click Edit. There's a newer feature to Boost where you can target up to 5 areas at once. So this particular property is located in Santa Cruz, California, but maybe I think the buyer is coming from San Jose, California. So I can just add San Jose here and add that as an area it will be targeting in addition to around the listing. You'll see now I can remove that default search if desired. And like I said, you can add up to 5 areas all at once. However, I think it's important to note that depending on how many ad views and how long this ad is running, I think that can impact how many areas you really want to target because it will depend on how many views you have to work with as to how effective it will be in all of these areas. I also want to note that you can add on a custom audience of contacts and website visitors. And so what that means is you can actually upload your own CSV file with your own contacts and their associated email addresses and or phone numbers. So the reason you would do this would be if you want to target those people specifically with your listing ad. One thing to note is that 300 contacts are required. So if you have a CSV file with 25 or 50 contacts that you want to target with this ad, that is not currently possible within Boost. There does have to be at least 300 contacts for this to work effectively. So if you change your mind, you can say, never mind, I just like to target the area. Here we are. I'm going to click Save and Update. That is how you can target specific areas with this ad. Last thing I'll touch on quickly is where should my ad clicks go? So this defaults to creating a really nice Boost landing page where anyone who wants more information becomes a lead for you. And those leads are delivered to your inbox. They can be retargeted in the future. And landing page engagement is reported in your dashboard. It's also designed to be mobile optimized. So if people are scrolling on Facebook or the internet on their mobile devices, which many of us are, it is built for that. So it will look really nice, as you can see over here on the left. However, if you want to change that landing page, you can actually add your own link. So this could be your personal website or a lead capture site that you have with a third party. Whatever you decide, you can change that URL to something more custom. Just keep in mind when you do that, it will kind of break that lead generation piece of Boost. So typically, our marketing team recommends leaving the Boost landing page unless you have different goals with this ad outside of lead generation. You can absolutely add your own URL. Now, those are all the major pieces of setting up a property ad within Boost. You'll want to make sure you have your payment info updated, and you would just click checkout, and that would run the ad. I will note you can make changes to the ad after it's running live. And I do want to point out one more thing I suggest doing after the ad is live. So again, you can view your running campaigns here under ad campaigns, and you can view and edit. So once you create the ad and it's running, I recommend coming in here to view and edit, and you'll see in the top right, you can add your seller's info. So I recommend this because it makes you look good to your seller, right? You can show them the actual data and what you're doing to get more exposure for their listing. So how this would work is you can add your seller's name and email, and you can decide to send them updates when the campaign starts or a summary when it ends. And when you do add their name and email, this will target them with the ad online. So they will be way more likely to see it out in the wild, right? When they're just scrolling on their own social media or on those websites that were listed. You can also add more than one seller. So that's important to keep in mind if you're working with more than one individual person. And just make sure you save your seller's info to have them targeted with this particular ad. As I mentioned, you can also edit the campaign once it's running, so you would do that here, or if by chance you need to deactivate it, that's also entirely possible in this view. Last thing I want to touch on here is up in the top right corner. We're currently in the overview of the ad, which is where you can add your seller info to target them, edit the ad, and all of that. But if you do have a landing page associated with this ad, you can click on Engaged to see all the engagement activity you've had so far and also export those leads. So that concludes our demo of how you would place an ad, target your seller, and specific areas. Before we wrap up completely, I wanted to remind you of our next available appointment service where you can book a 20-minute solution-oriented virtual appointment with one of our 100 plus marketers in as little as 2 business hours. So you can book these appointments for support on a dozen of our core marketing tools at nextavailableappointment.com.